Coral reefs are important marine ecosystems that are often called the rainforest of the sea. Because of their highly biodiversity, they are made up of coral skeletons and limestone agae and provide a home for a wide variety of marine species. These reefs are crucial for health of our ocean and support many fish, plant, and other animals. Protecting coral reef is important to ensure the survival of these species. And to maintain the balance of our marine ecosystems, it is essential that we work together to preserve these valuable habitats for future generations to enjoy. Coral reefs are vital marine ecosystem composed mainly of stony corals, which form clusters of polyps. These reefs are found in salty aquatic environments like oceans, providing various benefits. They support biodiversity, act as normal barriers that protect coastlines from erosion and storm, and contribute to local economies through tourism and fisheries. Coral reefs are essential for the health of our planet and society, highlighting the importance of their conservation. Coral reefs are facing a rapid decline worldwide, posing a serious threat to marine ecosystem and the species that depend on them. Factors such as climate change, overfishing, and unsustainable tourism are contributing to this destruction. This decline not only impacts marine biodiversity but also affects human livelihood, especially in communities that rely on coral reefs for their economy. Without effective intervention, the loss of coral reefs could lead to a collapse of local economies and the biodiversity they support. It is essential to take action now to protect this vital ecosystem before it's too late. A major causes of coral reefs destruction is it is disrupts the balance of the marine ecosystem by depleting fish population that help maintain the health of the reefs. Second is pollution, particularly from agriculture runoff and plastic waste can smother coral and inhibit their growth. Third is ocean acidification, caused by the increased levels of carbon dioxide absorbed by the ocean, weakens coral structures and make them more vulnerable to damage. Next is climate change that can leads to rising sea temperatures, causing coral bleaching and eventually death. And last is coastal development, such as the construction of resorts and ports, can destroy coral habitats and disrupt the natural flow of nutrients in the marine environment. Addressing these causes are crucial in preserving coral reefs and the health of our oceans. Effect of wildfire. Coral reefs are crucial habitats for diverse array of marine species, providing shelter, breeding grounds, and food sources. The destruction of coral reefs due to factors such as pollution, climate change, coastal development, ocean acidification, and overfishing results in habitat loss for countless marine organisms. This loss leads to a decrease in biodiversity as many species are unable to adapt or find suitable alternative habitats. Furthermore, the collapse of reef ecosystem disrupts the ocean food chain, impacting various levels of ecosystem. The interconnectedness of marine life means that the destruction of coral reefs can have far-reaching consequences, ultimately putting at risk species at even greater risk of extinction. On human health. Coral reefs are not only beautiful underwater ecosystem, also they play a critical role in supporting human well-being in many ways. First, they ensure food security by providing vital fish stock for millions of people. Especially in coastal regions, the loss of these reefs directly affects food sources. Additionally, coral reefs protect coastlines from erosions and storm surge, so their loss means reduced coastal protection, which can lead to damage to homes and infrastructure. As coral reefs deteriorate, disease like malaria and cholera can spread more easily, making increase in disease another concern. Furthermore, coral reefs are rich medicinal resources, many of which have been used to develop life-saving treatment. Lastly, the destruction of coral reef can also contribute to mental health issues, especially for coastal communities that depends on this ecosystem for being livelihoods, leading to stress, anxiety, and loss of community identity. Economic impact. Coral reefs are major economic resources. The loss of fisheries caused by coral reef damage affect not only local fishermen but also global markets. Coral reefs also attract millions of tourists, and as they die, there is a significant loss of tourism, which directly affecting local economies that rely on diving, snorkeling, and other recreation activity. Additionally, without healthy reefs, the cost of coastal protection and infrastructure maintenance will increase as reefs act as natural barriers against waves and storms. These financial burdens put a strain on both national and local economies, particularly in developing countries. Coral reefs face many threats, with coral bleaching being one of the visible signs of distress. When ocean temperatures rise, coral expel the algae they rely on, turn white, and often die if conditions don't improve. This leads to the wider issue of coral loss, which reduces the biodiversity of marine life. In its place, algae growth tends to dominate, further degrading the ecosystems. This creates a vicious cycle, affecting marine species rarely rely on reefs for food and shelter. Although coral reefs also contribute to oxygen production, their destruction reduces the oxygen level in the water, affecting all marine life, including fish that depends on humans. Efforts are underway at various levels to combat the coral reef destruction. Coral restoration projects like transplanting resilient coral species are underway globally to rebuild reefs. Sustainable fishing practices such as setting catch size limits and preventing overfishing are essential to maintaining reef health. Additionally, the establishment of marine protected areas help protect vulnerable reef from human activities. Addressing climate change by reducing carbon emission is essential to addressing the root causes of coral bleaching. At the grassroots level, could volunteers efforts spreading awareness and taking actions like leaving no trace, water conservation, and promoting ecologically sustainable practices can make a big difference. Lastly, the Ocean Decade is a global initiative that aims to build support for ocean conservation through collaborations and research. Coral restoration can take on a number of forms. It can range from simple growing and gardening, outplanting, to harvesting millions of naturally produced eggs and sperm to create millions of new genetic individuals. A community-driven project led by the Nature Conservancy aimed at enhancing coastal resilience to climate change. The field testing of a reef-based breakwater structure which is one of the few existing example designed to bolster community resilience while mitigating vulnerability. Planting nursery grows corals back onto reefs, making sure habitat is sustainable for natural coral growth, building coral resilience to threats like climate change. Coral reef scientists, managers, and conservationists are developing or using a wide range of technology and associated data analytics to address three pressing problems for coral reef conservation. One, a dearth of data. Second, a lack of analytical power. Third, appropriate governance. Individual can take. First, choose sustainable seafood. Learn how to make smart seafood choices at conserve water. Second, the less water you use, the less runoff and wastewater that eventually find their ways back into the ocean. Third, volunteer in local beach or reef cleanups. If you don't live near the coast, get involved in protecting your watershed. Fourth, corals are already a gift. Don't give them as a present. It takes corals decades or longer to create reef structures, so leave them on the reef. Fifth, long-lasting light bulbs are a bright idea. Energy-efficient light bulbs reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Climate change is one of the leading threats to coral reef survival. Sixth, if you give, don't touch, coral reefs are alive. Stirred up sediment can smoother corals. 7. Be a marine crusader. In addition to picking up your own trash, carry away the trash that others have left behind. 8. Don't send chemical into our waterways. Nutrients from excess fertilizer increase algae growth that block sunlight to corals. And lastly, practice safe boating. Anchor in sandy areas away from coral and sea grasses so that the another and change do not drag on nearby corals. So, summary of this report, coral reefs, known as the rainforests of the sea, are crucial marine ecosystem supporting a wide range of species, with stony corals being the predominant builders of these biodiversity habitats. Despite covering less than 1% of sea floor, coral reefs house around 25% of marine species and provide significant environmental and economic benefit, including coastal protection and supporting local economics. The main cause of coral reef destruction include overfishing, pollution, and acidification, climate change, and coastal development, leading to habitat loss, biodiversity loss, and disruption in the marine food chain.